This is probably true. Please be aware that the following contains strong language and adult themes. It would be boring without them. I got a message from a mate of mine the other day asking if I wanted to go for a cocktail at a bar in town because they were having some kind of, special night. And not one to turn down a cheap cocktail or spending time with my friends or I don't really say no much, to be honest, which probably explains why I got invited to take part in the Prime membership of the local clap clinic a couple of years ago. I thought it was some kind of VIP service, and it was, but it was for sex workers and other kind of high-risk individuals. Not really what I was going for, and there was something of an odd moment, a bit awkward, when I had to explain to the nurse that I am a whore, but I'm the other kind of whore. The kind that doesn't charge. The stupid kind. I could have been a millionaire by now. Well, 100-aire at least. Anyway. My mate wanted to go out for a drink. Delightful. Lovely. Wonderful. Except, not really, plot twist, because he wanted to go to a bar what was... the bar was fine. It's a chain bar, and it's owned by a complete knobhead. I'm not going to name it, because he might have an itchy lawyer finger, but he's well known for treating his staff like shit, and being a bigot and a bit of a transphobe and all that kind of thing, and... he's just generally the kind of person you would not want to piss on if they were on fire. You might want to film it because, you might want to watch it again later, possibly in slow motion, but you wouldn't piss on him. And so I explained all this to my friend, I'd love to, blah, 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 can't go there, blah, 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 pissing on people on fire, blah, blah, blah. And they replied... being so socially conscious is exhausting. Why can't we just have fun? And I get it. Bless them. I really do. They just wanted to spend some time with their favourite person in the world. Me. And there was me going, well, we can't have fun, actually, because the world's on fire and it's all bad and we've got to be punishing ourselves because of how bad it is. I didn't actually say it like that, but I might as well have. Anyway. And I did feel bad because it is exhausting. So instead, we went to a cute little local bar run by nice people with attractive barmen, which is always a plus. And then we got to have a nice time, flirt with attractive members of staff, and support a local trans-friendly business in the bargain. Delightful. Everyone's a winner, except the dickhead with the train bar, and he can go jump back up his mother. We did our bit, and we had fun doing it. And really, that's the point, isn't it? The whole point of life is to have fun and be a bit weird. And I am ahead of the quota on that second thing, so why not? I did feel like crap the next day, but I think that was more to do with the kebab van that I supported on my way home. I get what my mate's talking about, though. It is really difficult to be a good person in that kind of situation and do the right thing when all you want to do is have an inexpensive drink. And it is really annoying that not giving money to dickheads means not doing something that you really want to do because, you want to do it. You just shouldn't because it's it's encouraging dickheads. And they don't need any encouragement. They're bad enough as they are. It's like with all those gays in America who, despite knowing that Chick-fil-A gives lots of money to anti-LGBTQ charities, still eat their burgers because they taste so good. Give your head a wobble. And when I think about this kind of thing, I'm reminded of a meme that I've seen knocking around quite a bit recently about being introvertuous, as in basically being an introvert but still showing up for the right causes and things like that. Basically saying, hello, yes, I'm here. I'd really rather not be, so what do I have to do to make this stop as soon as possible so I can go home? Thank you very much. And the more I think about it, that does seem to be pretty much the whole point of the thing. You don't need to be happy about doing the right thing. You just need to do it. You can complain about it the whole way through if you want to, as long as it gets done. It's like sex. Yeah, doing the right thing isn't always fun. Let's say, for example, you've got a friend who's going through a rough patch at the moment, and to help them feel better, you say, "You can call me whenever you want because I will always answer my phone if you're struggling, whatever time of day or night. Look, I've added you to my VIP list, so even if I'm in bed and my phone's on Do Not Disturb, you can ring me anytime, night or day. It'll ring, I'll answer, and I'll come round, all right?" Do you want to get woken up at 3 a.m. by a phone call from a friend who's sobbing at you because their life's gone to shit and they can't see any way out of it apart from the obvious one that you don't really want them to take? No, of course not. You're in bed, you're asleep, moisturized, happy, focused, flourishing, in your lane, unbothered. But still, you pull some clothes on, you get an Uber across the city, you give them a big cuddle, and you let them snot and blub all over your new hoodie that was actually quite expensive. Not because you want to, but because it's the right thing to do. And also, when they've calmed down a bit, you can use their phone to order some Uber Eats for breakfast because they would have offered anyway, but they're very sad at the moment, and you deserve it because you've done a nice thing. Mostly showing up for other people is a huge imposition. You'd rather not do it. None of us would. We've got better things to do. We have our own things to deal with. And there's tons of other stuff we'd rather be doing. But we do it anyway because it's the right thing to do. And if you can do something small that makes the world better for other people, then you probably should. And if the only cost to you is being mildly inconvenienced or a little bit annoyed, then I think that's a cost worth paying, don't you? And whenever there's something about doing something for others that doesn't directly benefit you yourself, there's that fucking poem that always comes up. I hate that poem. I really do. You get it trotted out all the time as if it's like something really deep and meaningful. That first they came for the blah blah blah, and I said nothing, for I was not a blah blah blah. And I mean, fine. It's a bit transactional, if you ask me. But if you need to know that you're only standing up for people so that they'll stand up for you, should they need to in the future, then all right, fine. Personally, I'd rewrite that poem. I'd have it go something a bit more like, first, they came for the blah, blah, blah. And I stood up for them because being a decent human being isn't that difficult. Jesus Christ, what's wrong with you? But then that's just me being poetic again, I guess. Not very good at poetry. Never seen the point. Maybe Hollywood's to blame. Let's go with that, shall we? Like being seen as doing the right thing is always being noble and heroic and wearing a cape or something. Or doing the big sacrifice. Or travelling back in time 100 years to find someone with a familiar surname so you can kick them repeatedly in the crotch so they won't end up having any children. For example. But life's not like the movies, is it? No one wants to sit and watch a 2-hour film about people who go to meetings and are bored but go anyway, or sign the petition, or put themselves out a little bit because it needs doing. Real life doesn't have noble people in capes doing the right thing and helping old ladies across the road and urinating lightly sparkling spring water and like that. In real life, good stuff happens because people who've got a lot of stuff on already and would really rather not, thank you, decide instead to actually go out and do the things. They sign the petitions, they go to the meetings, they have the awkward conversations, whether they want to or not. Because, everyone's got shit on their plate. Everyone's got enough stuff to deal with. And then there's this extra thing. But we do it. And very rarely, among all the petitions and meetings and voting and waving placards and things like that, is there the opportunity to kick a bastard in the crotch so hard that his come down his nose. We live in hope. There's a phrase that rattles around in my head. There's not much going on in there. There's quite a lot of space. There's a phrase that rattles around in there whenever people start talking about stuff like this. By our own hand or none. Which describes all of the sex I'm having at the moment, but that's not the point. By our own hand or none. Basically, it means if we don't do this, it doesn't happen. And yeah, there's no heroes coming to save us. If we don't save ourselves, we don't get saved. No one's going to travel back in time and fix the small thing before it becomes a big thing. All we can do right now is fix the things that are small right now before they become big things in the future. That's how that works. And will it help? I don't know. I'm an idiot who writes jokes for, I was going to say for a living, for fun. Especially if you're the tax man, it's definitely for fun. I don't know if it'll help, but to quote Shakespeare, trying is better than not trying. He probably said something like that. You don't know. You haven't read any Shakespeare. Shut up. Anyway, we know deep down that doing the right thing is the right thing to do. Even if it means putting ourselves out a little bit to get it done. This is why phrases like love wins really me off, because they're so passive. We're not Care Bears. Love doesn't win. Being annoyed wins. Being pissed off wins. Being so full of righteous indignation that you have to go and shout and wave a placard and do the things that need doing is what wins. Or the other one, it gets better. It bloody doesn't. It doesn't do anything at all. We make it better. Or we don't. That's the choice. That's it, really, isn't it? And it's easy to feel hopeless or helpless or like anything you do doesn't make a difference. But that's the Hollywood hero thinking all over again. One person against the world, nobly fighting the good fight. It's all of us, together or not at all. It's a big group of people, all doing small things in the same direction. In East London, near my old flat, there's some graffiti on a rooftop. It's a quote from a union leader, I think. And it says something like, if you spit on your own, it does nothing. If we all spit together, we can drown the bastards. That was Probably True, the LGBTQ plus storytelling project created to remind all of our queer siblings that we are none of us alone. If you liked it, then comment, share, subscribe, and join the Patreon. Or just tell all your friends. If you didn't like it, tell me. Come at me, bro.